gusto mo standings, kung may oras, pero baka nakaano tayo. Oo, kung gusto mo standings, ito. Picture mo na lang sa cellphone.
Ano po ito updated?
Ito to? Oo, yan ang
Ito,
pinas.
updated po. Parehas lang.
Updated siya?
Bali, sama na lang po ng
Sige. Ang mangyayari na lang, kung magka-flash ka, signal mo na lang ako. Oo, tapos gagawin.
Diyan yan na po ba sa ITA?
Oo, pero ita-timing ko. Kasi pangit kung yan ang ipa-flash mo pero iba sinasabi.
Sige po.
Pwede mo ako i-signal.
Sige po.
Magsa-subs ka, di ba? O hindi?
Mag-isap po.
Ikaw?
Opo.
Ikaw, call mo na yan.
Pag ano na lang po, siguro sa number para alam.
Sige, kahit late, okay lang.
Doon rin po ako magbabase sa inyo. Doon na lang din ako magbabase pag na ano. Ano ba, yung sub out number 30.
Okay lang. May kodigo naman tayo.
May extra ball pen po.
Gandang tanong yan.
Para sulat.
Ready na gamitin ko. Sorry mo na lang. The marathon continues to the title. It's the 2022 Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways. It is Stallion Laguna going up against the defending champions in United City FC. Crucial implications as always. Stallion Laguna looking to stay on pace with frontrunners Kaya and UCFC. United City with 7 points chasing in pursuit of Kaya as they sit in number 2 at the standings to this date. Stallion Laguna sit closely behind with 6 points, but UCFC have a match at hand. The pecking order is starting to take shape as we take a look at the standings. Kaya leading the way with 15 points, and UCFC again have a match at hand. So the name of the game is to pick up your wins so that you can take home 3 additional points to what you have on your table. Because then again, you wouldn't like to be chasing results at the end when the season starts to get tight, and you would love to avoid that logjam that you see in the middle of the table. We've got Menjola with 3 points, ADT with 4, Dynamic Herb, Cebu FC with 5. So it is essential that they stay consistent all throughout this tournament. Again, it is the league that we are having at the moment. So nonetheless, we will be having draws where teams will only take 1 point in the table. A win again gives them 3. A loss would be vital as it will give them no points to take away. UCFC again are coming off a break as their match against the Ascos development team was cancelled as they cited medical reasons on their social media pages. And as a result, their last game was a 1-1 draw with Cebu, with Mark Hartman finding the back of the net for them. Cebu, though, refused to wilt and picked up a goal to hold them to a draw, and UCFC see their 100% record getting tarnished in their third game that we just mentioned. Stallion Laguna, on the other hand, played last Sunday in Rizal Memorial where they were hosted by Kaya FC Iloilo. But unfortunate for them, they had a 3-0 defeat. So it's almost time for the pre-match protocol as we will get underway. Moments away from kickoff, we have Balot Doctora and JJ Robertson to skipper the skippers of their respective squads. Balot Doctora, it is his second match back after being back out for about 2 years. So it is great to see him. And we go through the match officials. Raymar De Los Santos will be the referee, and he will be assisted by Paul Galicia, Hussein Magusara, and then their fourth official will be Mick John Pineda. Roberto Hernandez is the referee assessor, and Ira Ilan is the match commissioner. It's Stallion again, playing from the comforts of their home. UCFC, on the other hand, making the trip to the Binyan Stadium right here in Laguna, as we are just having their final huddles. And let's take a look at the starting 11 for the respective squads. We have Michael Asong in goal, Migs de Mesa, Matt Nieras, and Gabe Silva are listed as their defenders. And Abu C, the ever-reliable midfielder, will be in the mix for them, along with Finn McDaniel, Balot Doctora again, Yannick Tuason, Jorel Aristorenas, Koichi Belgira, and we got Leo Henrique. So Leo, it looks like he is back after getting a hamstring injury, if I am not mistaken. But for UCFC, on the other hand, as Kenny Daniels will kick off the match for us, we got Anthony Pintos in goal, Simon Lingbo, who will be one of their fullbacks. We got Emirbek Joraboev, the Tajikistani international. Kenny Daniels again. As we said, we got Cholo Bugas, Pika Minegishi, Kurt Dizon, Mark Hartman, JJ Robertson, the skipper again, the South African. And we are off right now at the Binyan Football Stadium. And to wrap up the starters of UCFC again, we got Ricky Sendra and Matthew Custodio, the defender who was converted from an attacker with the ADT and eventually transferred to UCFC. Lingbo. Pintos, he's making his first start of the season. The three previous games of United, we had Badelik in goal, the man from Bukidnon. It's Custodio now. They're looking to build up from the back. Now it's in the midfield with Sendra over to Dizon. Sendra again. Sendra playing against his former team. So it's still under dispute, but it's with Balot Doctora. Threaded it to Abu C, a connection we haven't seen in a long time. Must be a relief for Stallion fans to see that. Nonetheless, Pintos has to clear that. So Pintos, Robertson, Minegishi going up against Tuason. Nakay Hartman kontra Balot. Cholo Bugas. Looks like he is playing left back for them in this game. Normally we would see Forosuelo in that position for them. Minegishi, former Philippines international with Japanese roots. Abu C, unable to connect with that from Koichi. Koichi is their left back. So we normally see him in that position. So Robertson will hit the reset button for them, but he is under pressure from De Mesa. UCFC, knowing their style of play, they do love to dictate possession. Stallion, on the other hand, are accustomed to playing on the counter, but are also capable of controlling the game with their midfield play, and it returns to them. Again, Stallion in their pink and black kits. United City are in their beige kits nonetheless. Joraboev collects that ball. Some pressure on Pintos from two men. Dizon trying to secure. Stallion asking for a handball, but no call by the referee again. Hartman, Minegishi. Asking Bugas to join him in the attack, so he has his options. Pika cuts inside, going for Daniels. He's the team's leading scorer. No count, as it looks like the offside flag is up. Offside number 1 of the game. And for UCFC, well, we see the intent to get forward in this game nonetheless. At yung mga predictions po, paki-comment na lang sa ating live stream. And magandang hapon kay Pat and Esperanza as Asong plays it forward. The long ball for Stallion to get it to the danger area, but neutralized by the experienced UCFC backline. Robertson, Hartman, Custodio, Lingbo, Silva contra Daniels. But that high boot of Silva is what's getting Kenny Daniels furious. Daniels felt the whistle could have gone their way in UCFC, but Silva will resume this. Gabe Silva, the American defender with his Brazilian heritage. He played in the USA in their college system. It's a great number of the Stallion foreigners or foreign players come from those programs. Looking at the foreigners being listed in this match, it's Gabe Silva, Abusi, and Leo Henrique for today. Rafa Nogueda is the other one who is on the bench. Hartman, the early cross, looking for Daniels. Daniels the header, but that is wide for them. Going back to the foreigners here to reinforce the two squads for UCFC. We've got JJ Robertson, their skipper, who is from South Africa, and we got Ricky Sendra from Argentina. Amirbek Joraboev is their Asian foreign player, as he is from Tajikistan. Bugas got a touch to that. Pika. Demesa just skies it to no man's land, and it is clearly out for a throw-in. So teams again on match day are allowed to field 4 foreigners, and one of them has to be Asian. So spot number 4 has to be an AFC player. Hartman, assessing options. Dizon had an overlapping Lingbo, but has to track down. Abusi got a touch for a moment, but Dizon, the London-born Filipino, secured it for them. They switch it up to the left. Bugas contra Tuason. Minegishi. Joraboev. Very agile player. Circles this man. He was going up against Aristorenas. You like what you are seeing if you are UCFC. But if you are Stallion, we know that they can just unleash themselves on the counter. Sandra. Bugas. Again, you are catching this game on the Facebook page of the Philippines Football League. So don't forget to give the page a follow. The touch from Kenny, but Ricky Sandra unable to secure that properly with his feet. And it's into the hands of Michael Asong. And I beg your pardon, from the last Stallion Laguna game that against Kaya, that was not Asong's debut for the team. Asong, I believe, played against Maharlika, wherein they won. So make this appearance and start number 3 overall for Michael Asong. Henrique sent that out into the scoreboard. That clearly wasn't the intention. It was just to delay play. So it goes back to United. And Esther Reyes in the comments said, "Go UCFC." Ron Villamor saying, watching from the United Arab Emirates. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Peak and Daniels were to chase, but they had a miscommunication. Gabe Silva trying to trigger the counter-attack, going for Finn McDaniel. Anthony Pintos finds himself out of the area. had to send it forward desperately. So teams now to contest possession in the midfield. Abusi working through traffic. Tried to get past three. So far, so good. Cuts it inside. Lingbo got a touch to get it out of the danger zone. But Hartman, a lovely timed ball for Daniels. Now Gabe Silva there. The lob off the woodwork. Oh my goodness. What an opportunity. Kenny Daniels couldn't believe it. That was well taken. Just luck and the woodwork not on his side. De Mesa. Abusi, so far so good for him as he gets decked, but no whistle, says referee Raymart de los Santos. Lingbo again, eligible to play for the Philippines, but he just needs to secure his passport. I believe he has his application already. Let's not forget, Simon Lingbo played for the Ascals development team in the last Philippines Football League, which was in 2020. The ADT finishing third back then. Pika going out through the wing. Has Bugas overlapping. Joraboev is there, slithering into the area. Will he cut back? Sends it in. Looks like that is cleared away by Gabe Silva. And that will be corner kick number 1 for UCFC and for this match. We could see some frustration with Gabe Silva as he would have loved to have more support and stability nonetheless in that defense of theirs. So set piece to be taken by Mark Hartman. Hartman also played in Singapore for some time. His brother Darren is a former pro football in the circuit of the Philippines. The header, and it's in, but off the woodwork. I think that came off twice. It's chaos in the area. No goal for UCFC. That looked good at first, but it rattled off, and then the rebound hit the crossbar. What scenes we are having. Absolute drama, and we are just 10 minutes into this game. But if you are UCFC, you've had 3 close opportunities already. But this outswinger to be whipped in, as our referee again in Raymar de los Santos having to calm some nerves, making sure that they are not having excessive pushing and shoving in the area. Every player trying to seek every advantage they could. The header, and it's in for United City. It looks like Kenchiro Daniels picks up the first goal of the match, and that is goal number 4 for him in the overall tournament. Great way for them to start this game. Stallion Laguna concede early, unfortunately for them. That's how it's been for them as of late.
Player number 11, Kenchiro Daniels.
So that goal is in the 11th minute. Kenny Daniels leading up front for them. The tip of the spear. So play immediately resumed. Nieras was receiving some pressure. Aristorenas gets it to De Mesa. Stallion showing clear aggression from the get-go after conceding. Aristorenas has to track back in support. Joraboev looked to thread it in. But the Stallion backline was quite high and made it difficult. So they hit it out to Belgira. Belgira contra Lingbo. Sends it over. Ball is overcooked, but it looks like Tuason won't be able to secure that for them. And if you are Stallion, it looks like the skid of theirs may continue during their return to Laguna. They found themselves down 3-0 at halftime. Here comes Abusi, but it's cleared out by J.J. Robertson. Dizon looked to use his individual skill to get past Koichi. Doctora. Henrique. Look, look to thread that in for Aristorenas, but the midfielder sends his apologies. That looked like a promising spell for the home side. And again, with Stallion Laguna, they had a slow start against Cebu, down 4-0 right after halftime. Scored 3 goals, but that wasn't enough as they fell 4-3. They also let in an early goal up against Kaya Iloilo. And because of that, they're in a 2-game skid. Belgira finds Abu C. Abu C looking to blow past Joraboev. Still in possession. McDaniel. Belgira. A slight fake. The shot from distance. Way off for them. Unable to connect. So 14 minutes rather into this game. And paki-comment na lang po ang inyong team dito sa ating match. Yung mga final score predictions at pati halftime din. Pwede nyo po ilagay dito. Review natin mamaya. Darwin Regala saying, let's go Stallion. Regala din player for Stallion Laguna. Formerly, I believe. Hartman. Bugas. Pika. Looks like he backheeled that to Joraboev. The flick was lovely. Sendra, ball in the way of the referee. But I believe with the new loss of the game, it will be resumed as a drop ball. Back then, the referee would be considered as a part of the field of play. And there you go, it's resumed. Custodio. Aristorenas. But easily given up for them. They'll need to tighten up if they want to get going and escape this hole. Norberto Bedia saying, go Stallion. Custodio. Centra. Custodio played his high school football in LaSalle Green Hills in the NCAA. And again, he was an attacking player. Just converted when he was with the Ascals development team under Coach Scott Cooper. Pika. Joraboev. Gabe Silva to Enrique. Leo assessing his options. He only has Abu C and Yannick Tuason on the right. Enrique pa rin. Threaded it forward. Lingbo and Bugas do well as they are in a tight space, but they give up a corner to the home side. Corner number 2 of the game, and that is number 1 dito po para sa Stallion Laguna. So this is a chance to get back into the fight as it's been mostly UCFC, but that attack or counter-attack of Stallion Laguna is what got them this as Bugas sent it out to delay the attack. Driven in, the in-swinger. Abusi got it touched to it, but Joraboev clears that. But with their numbers down in UCFC Stallion got a chance to reset, but Daniels wins it with his aggression against De Mesa. So they're unable to organize. Will this be goal number 2 for them? That's definitely what they want. Joraboev to Sendra. Some contact, but that is the side of the goal. So no count. We saw Stallion was shaky in that moment. UCFC taking advantage of Stallion's defenders as they were up. Everyone was up forward for the set piece. It's Kenny Daniels who won that ball again up against De Mesa. Looking to get an easy goal with pressure up front. Nieras was looking to find Tuason, but it's no good. Robertson, he had his parents watch him play when UCFC were on the road to play at the City of Imus grandstand, the home of Mendiola FC. He said it was a surreal feeling, especially as he wanted to travel the world playing the game that he loves. Twassen to McDaniel, but that pass overcooked. Some frustration kicking in. Twassen collects it off the UCFC miscues, but it came off. A United defender, Lingbo, will kickstart the attack quickly to Sendra. Ristorenas, the two center midfielders going at it. They look to spread out the defense of the team in pink. So with this goal of Daniel so far, that has made the difference. He has 4 goals this season. And based on my tally, the rest of UCFC's goal scorers have 1 goal each. With that, and that is from Cholo Bugas, Kurt Dizon, Matthew Custodio, Mark Hartman, Ivan Uano, JJ Robertson, and Simon Lingbos. Minagishi hits it out wide. The cross. The header by Daniels into the hands of Asong. Great positioning by the keeper as he sends this long, looking to play Abu C, but Robertson got his head to it before everyone else. Hartman, UCFC would respond with a ball of their own into the area. Daniels, the shot from distance into the bottom corner. Routine save for Asong. Silva. Nieras. We also see him play fullback for his team. Abu C. Diagonal ball. Going for Henrique. Looks like he has switched to the wing as he was playing in the center earlier. We found Abu C was possibly a withdrawn playmaker for them, at least in that spell. But they will reorganize. Let's see how their formation shapes up. Daniel's applying some pressure, and that was pressure on Hartman. I beg your pardon. Lingbo. Hartman asking for options. No players down to help him out. But they finally get it for Joraboev. What a move to slither past his defenders. And he got clipped as Stallion were looking to delay that attack of theirs. Sendra, again a foreign player from Argentina, also played with Mendiola during his spell to add to Stallion Laguna, which we mentioned earlier. But Pika resumes play for them. We haven't taken a look at the bench players for each team. For UCFC, Jumba Delic, Dine Barle, Arnie Pasinabo, and Ivan Wano, and Pete Forosuelo make up the bench. So only 5 substitutions for them in this match based on the team sheet. And Frank Muescan is their coach again. Custodio, through ball to Dizon. Dizon contra Silva. Binalik kay Lingbo. The Lingbo 1-1 with Joraboev. So the ball will stick with the attacking team. And for the subs of Stallion, they've been able to fill up the bench. We've got Jason Pepitos, their keeper. Reynald Villarreal, Rafa Nogueda, Troy Limbo, Kainwa Bailey, Allen Angeles, JV Calucaran, who started last match. Joe Arambedia, Brian Ibanez, and Charles Pickering, the youthful player for them. Ernie Nieras is their head coach, but it may be Coach Richard Leble actively standing on the sidelines for them today. When Coach Ernie Nieras was out of the country, it was Coach Richard Leble who stood in as their head coach on the interim basis. Pika, but cleared out by Silva. You can see some frustration with Silva already. It's been virtually all UCFC in this match. Again, Kenny Daniels found the back of the net in the 11th minute, but the outswinger team's looking to secure. Belgira sends it to the middle. Abusi finds the keeper off his line and skied that ball, but it is off the mark. Anthony Pintos, again, making his first start. Just let that roll out. So they resume things. Robertson, Custodio. Bugas playing fullback. It's really more of a midfielder or in an attacking role. Bugas. Some pressure from Henrique. They're trying to win the ball deep in their attacking territory. Lingbo. UCFC so far so good for them. They've been handling the ball well in traffic. Custodio didn't give a good touch to that one. Maybe some commentators curse and they yield it to Stallion Laguna. Tuason trying to get through. Slithers past the foul, but no penalty, as that is what Stallion was pleading for. Daniels. And we see Coach Ernie Nieras is animated on their side of the technical area, or in their technical area, arguing with fourth official Mick John Pineda. Looks like he's asking for a penalty as Yannick Tuason appeared to fall inside the area. But play carries on as Raymart De Los Santos is the referee and made his decision, I believe, based on what he saw. Minagishi contra De Mesa gets past. Looks like there was a tug, and that is the reason behind the set piece given up at my yellow card po siya. It looks like that is booking number 1 of the game also. And based on records here, no yellows for De Mesa so far in this tournament until now. So that will be number 1. Mix De Mesa, I believe, also played his high school football in La Salle Zobel and opted to turn pro with Stallion Laguna again. So let's not forget, over the league, if you get an accumulated 3 yellow cards, you will serve a suspension. Should you get a red card, you will get suspended. So red card leads straight to a suspension. Let's keep it simple that way. So a 2-man wall for Stallion being set up by Michael Asong. But again, 2 yellow cards in a game immediately gets you out. So that's all part of the game and how players should be careful managing their cards and fouls. Bodies in the area. But looks like Asong tipped that over the bar to the delight of the home side. So corner here for UCFC to carry on the attack. Coach Ernieres is continuing to be very animated, speaking to the match officials as he is being calmed down by fourth official Mick John Pineda. But it's played and matches resumed. The ball into the area. Asong with the denial at the bottom corner. As they look to get going immediately on the counter again. This is what they like to do in Stallion Laguna. A goal for them will be perfect to fight back. Enrique, the diagonal ball to switch it to Aristorenas. Pica headed it. Hartman, will he secure? That was clever before he gave it up. Found himself in a tight situation. Hartman often known for his great ability to handle the ball. But a sloppy pass from Silva. And Joraboev collected it. Sendra plays it forward. Bugas with tons of space on the left wing. But the deflection was from Enrique and into the hands of Asong. So Asong gives it to their veteran Balot Doctora. Let's see how he'll reorganize the attack of theirs. It's been tough for them so far in this match. So Pintos collected that. Goes back to UCFC. Robertson, their skipper, Sendra. And let's not forget, the standings could really shake up today, as over in Carmona, where a match is being played simultaneously, Maharlika and Cebu are tied 1-1. Daniels, through ball to Bugas, overlapping on the left again. Pica. Cholo Bugas again. His brother Paolo has also played pro football. They also came from the same program in the Far Eastern University. Chested down by Sendra. Lingbo sends in the cross. The header, but that is off for them. Joraboev, I believe, got a touch to it. Going up against Matthew Nieras. Ball ping-pongs around, but it's secured by Hartman. Playing his man in Joraboev. Seemed to be in a promising position, but Asong there again. Plays it quickly to McDaniel, but Lingbo was there to trouble his run. It was always going to be tough, going 1-on-3 in favor of United City FC in that situation. Silva with the slide, to the delight of some fans. McDaniel picks that up. McDaniel with 1 goal to his name in this season so far. Silva, back to McDaniel. Balot. Ristorenas. Silva. Let's see how Stallion handled this pressure. It was a close call as they just give it to Asong to spread out the opposing defense. Nieras to Henrique. Leo finds Abusi. Abusi going to Tuason. Will he cross? Sends it in. Anthony Pintos there to make the denial. Could have been a more dangerous angle for Stallion, but nonetheless, they'd have to be pleased with that. Abusi just keeps it in. Tricky conditions. We had some rains earlier since this morning. So the pitch quite damp, but it held on despite the rain. Other sections appear to be dry. Koichi in the further end. Enrique. Nieras. De Mesa there. We just spoke about the tricky conditions that might have played a factor as that slipped on his touch. Also, shout out to Carson Gutierrez tuning into this match. He said in the comments, watching from home. Mga predictions niyo po ulit, kahit pang halftime or pang final score, pakilagay na lang po. Indicate nyo na lang, baka malito po tayo. With the through ball to Daniels. As back to the action for us. Joraboev. Minegishi. The cross again. Silva was there to get it. But the miscommunication, it looks like McDaniel won't be able to reach that. But what an effort keeping it alive. But the ball again overcooked with his touch, but it's won by Tuason. But Tuason with the loose pass, trying to find Abu C again. Abu C, one of the guys they'll be needing to get them going. Also one of the most tenured players in the squad already, along with Nieras and Doctora. But Minigishi cutting inside. Doctora got it touched, but Silva just poked it away. Was half cleared. Stallion saying Daniels was offside as he got involved. And that is the decision by our linesman. And confirmed by the referee. Offside number 2 for UCFC so far in this match. Same number of offsides in this game overall. Hartman wasn't, but McDaniel wasn't able to secure. Aristorenas gave it up. Some miscues that are plaguing Stallion as they're trying to fight back into this match. Again, 34 minutes into this game, you are catching this on the social media page of the Philippines Football League. Claro Manzano on call for this match, coming to you from the Binyan Football Stadium in the City of Life. Binyan, again, nonetheless. It is Stallion in their pink and black kits. They're currently looking to attack, but were dispossessed. You have United City FC in their all beige kits making their return as their previous game was cancelled. The throw ball to McDaniel, but the clumsy touch and wasn't able to secure. Ramdam na rin talaga yung gigil ng crowd dito para sa Stallion. Sila nga po ang ating home side. When we talk about the luck here, UCFC hit the woodwork about 3 times in this game. Stallion had that opportunity, but McDaniel wasn't able to secure that. McDaniel, again, is the brother of Filipinas players Chandler and Olivia. Also a player for the Philippines in the U22-23 level, but it's given with Henrique. Henrique looking to go down the right. Tried to flick it to Abu C, but Hartman is there to read it. Hartman has just been capitalizing on these miscues with his great positioning. But it stays with Stallion, looking to end the first half strong. Let's not forget 5 subs again for each team. Each of the 2 teams here. I beg your pardon. Silva has to clear it. It's been quite tough going up against Kenny Daniels, but Henrique is on the wing, going up against Joraboev. Send it in. It took a touch, but that will be a corner kick for the home side. So, corner number 2 for Stallion Laguna. UCFC getting a pair of corners also in this game, but no one has been able to convert from that set piece, to be exact. So far, the goal of Kenny Daniels in the 11th minute is what proved to be the difference for them. Henrique to send it in. The outswinger, Abu C, the header. That came off a man. Sendra sent it out of their box. Doctora with UCFC numbers down and now able to organize. They look to keep it. Stallion still able to keep that to their delight. So both teams get to reorganize nonetheless. Abu C, Tuason. 2 defenders closing down. Aristorenas, but it looks like it was meant for Doctora. Belgira going up against Lingbo. Belgira, the shot. And just wide off the back post. What a shot and opportunity. Should they have converted? But again, the home side getting their confidence after that wake up call. Kenny Daniels finding the back of the net for United City FC in the 11th minute. So far, based on my records, no player in Stallion has yet to score more than one goal. All their goal scorers getting one each. Again, that's in Finn McDaniel. Hamed Hajimadi still injured. The leg injury. Kainwa Bailey was on the bench. There's Abu C and Rafa Nogueda. Nogueda scored Stallion's second goal in their victory over Mindiola. And what is a header to pad their lead to 2. Before him, Bailey Stone came up with that goal for them. But here comes Sendra, finding himself on the wing. Sendra getting in. Juraboev rounds this man. Minagishi. Sendra with the touch. It's looking dangerous if you are UCFC. Keeping possession deep. Lingbo lobbed it a bit, but Asung there charging off his line to stop the UCFC attack. 6 minutes remaining until additional time. And just to note, players who are not playing or not on the bench, we got Bayan Lauron, Galiana, Peña, and Hajimadi. For UCFC listed here not playing is Andreas Eswine, Will Grierson, and Jordan Jarvis. Tuason. And that is the damp area of the pitch again that has been slippery for them. Juraboev. His shiftiness has just been a treat to watch for fans. And a challenge for players nonetheless, given his vast experience. You may see him in the Asian Cup, again with his country in Tajikistan. Hartman, Menegishi, Juraboev. Let's just review the matches from last week that took place in the Rizal Memorial Stadium. The Ascal's development team, Dynamic Herb Cebu, played to a goalless draw that saw Cebu come close. But Mohamed Suma wasn't able to send the ball home with an open net. No goals to show, but that game was full of drama. And that other game was Stallion Laguna going up against Kaya, where they fell 3-0, unfortunately for them. Lingbo with the cross. Asong there at the post to pick it up. It's been quite busy for Michael Asong. Some routine saves to add to some dangerous opportunities that hit the woodwork. Bilgira from Tuason. McDaniel. Henrique. Lobbed it over. McDaniel contra Lingbo. McDaniel took the fall, but looks like play will carry on. Home fans again asking for a penalty, nonetheless supporting their team, but Demeso wins that in a great area for them. Aristorenas took that bravely, but Custodio was there to make the block. Menegishi. Sendra to Kurt Dizon. Lingbo. Pika. Hartman to Sendra. Hartman to Juraboev. Just keeps it in. Almost controlled by Hartman. That was a great control rather from Hartman to find Juraboev, who just kept it in. Lingbo. 3 minutes away from additional time. Kenny Daniels again making the difference with his goal in the 11th minute. McDaniel over to Abu C. Again, we've had some close chances so far in this game behind Finn McDaniel, Yannick Tuason, and Koichi Belgira. Aristorenas, the back heel. Koichi cuts in. Has traffic to deal with. Flicked it back. Henrique. Looks like Dizon got the tackle to that. But here comes open space. UCFC looking to capitalize on the counter. Stallion getting their numbers up ahead. It looks like that was 4-on-3 in favor of Stallion, to be exact. Daniels was looking to launch that forward, but McDaniel came up from behind. Hartman released that before Abu C came on. De Mesa contra Bugas. Two homegrown players going at it. But some miscues again, letting Stallion down. UCFC slowly but surely searching for goal number 2. Dizon versus Silva. But Silva with the slide. But Asong collected it, so ball stays in play. And shout out din kay Jan Meliza. Jan Meliza ata to. Former Stallion player, nasa Kaya Iloilo na. Or Robertson gets that. Robertson takes a fall. So a set piece for United. Robertson was dazzling his defenders a bit with his shiftiness. And sabi ni Alex Gutierrez watching live from Bacolod City.
Additional time, 2 minutes.
So 2 minutes of additional time confirmed by assistant referee Mick John Pineda. UCFC get a chance to pad their lead heading into the halftime break. Stallion Laguna will at least love to keep things at status quo heading into their huddle. Hartman with the delivery. Abu C got to that, but they gave up a corner. So Hartman to take it, given that he is known for his great ball control. Hartman suited up with the Ascals too, early last decade, but sends this in. De Mesa got his head to that, but Pica sends it back to Bugas, the lone man at the back for them. That ball came off Henrique. McDaniel refusing to give up on that play. It would have been promising if he picked up that ball, as it would have been a potential foot race with Bugas. But tight angle. You never try, you never know. Custodio. As the ball ping-pongs around. And that is a whistle against UCFC. It looks like Balot Doctora is down. So I would love to double check on who that player is. And it looks like the skipper in Balot Doctora is confirmed. And sabi ni Hazel Gendrano, woohoo, blocked by De Mesa. And that is the halftime whistle after 2 minutes of additional time again. Stallion Laguna 0, UCFC continue to lead 1-0 behind the goal of Kenny Daniels again. But do stay tuned again for more action. 45 minutes to play later on dito po sa Binyan Football Stadium. This is Clara Manzano on call, and we will catch you later.
Brought to you by Qatar Airways. Those
Moments away from resuming this 2022 Philippines Football League match, it is Stallion Laguna going up against the defending champions in United City FC. 1-0 in favor of the defending champions. Defending champions behind the efforts of Kenny Daniels, sending the ball home at the 11th minute. And once again, the PFL is brought to you by Qatar Airways, and this is Caro Manzano on call for this match. And let's just take a look at the comments. We have Kay Altamia saying, "Let's go Kinchiro." Siya nga po ang ating goal scorer. Hazel Gendrano saying, "Let's go SLFC." And hello kay Yulo Harrison. Magandang hapon po sa inyo. Abisamos Carlo saying, "Let's go Pinoy football." And sabi ni Al Francis Tayam, "More pressure pa Stallion, makaka-goal kayo." So, Stallion supporter syempre si Al Francis Tayam. So we are close to resuming this match again. Once more, UCFC, they had the ball earlier in dangerous territory and hit the woodwork twice, from what I saw, as we have some substitutions being made for Stallion Laguna. 2 changes made. So second half action resumes as we will confirm the subs.
For Stallion Laguna FC. Player number 18, Gerald Aristorenas, is replaced by player number 17, Allen Angeles. Player number 23 is replaced by player number 24, Joa Rendilia.
So confirmation, Jorel Aristorenas and Leo Henrique step off for Allen Angeles and Joe Warren Medea. 2 homegrown players coming off the bench. And let's see how they'll be able to make an impact in this game. They will have to claw their way back down from 1 goal, and that is Stallion Laguna again. Nonetheless, Lingbo. So it looks like McDaniel shifted to the left wing as he was playing in the center in what appeared to be 4-1-4-1. Robertson, the back heel to keep it alive. Cholo Bugas, may konting fake. Juraboev. Pika. Juraboev ulit. Sends it over. Looks like the flag is up for UCFC. They were looking quite eager to move forward in the attack. Again, a 1-goal lead is very slim and it's not safe. Stallion just pulling one back. Can flip the switch in this game. De Mesa. The no people forward. It's been tough for Stallion coming out of the dugout. UCFC just continuing to hoard possession. So it sticks with the defending champions. And again, the last Philippines Football League was played in 2020 and won by United City FC. Stallion Laguna, that was a campaign for them to forget, as they finished 6th place out of 6 places, 6 teams also. But Allen Angeles wins it. 3 players clamping him down. Abu C sends it, but that is wide, inches off the back post. Abu C frustrated with that, knowing that he could have done better with all the reps that he's been putting in at training. But at the end of the day, it all matters when the lights are on and the people are in the seats. But plenty of time for Stallion, or will it be that slow burn in trying to fight back, but here's another chance. Tuason going up against Sendra. Bedia looking to combine again. The shot taken. Pintos with the save. Looks like it rattled out briefly due to the tricky conditions. Again, the pitch appears to be quite damp as we've been having some rains the entire day. But thankfully, the weather cleared up before this match. So 48 minutes in. So this is the first meeting between these two teams again in this edition of the Philippines Football League. Take a look at their last matches. And based on my records, the last game for them was a 0-0 draw in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. That was in the group stage. UCFC eventually won that. Stallion, nonetheless, they have 2 bronze medals in the last or recent 2 Copa Paulino Alcantaras that took place this pandemic. Knowing them, they put it behind their heads already. It's eyes on the prize. They want that league trophy now. It's been some time since Stallion picked up a title. Last time they did was before the Philippines Football League, back in the era of the UFL. But Pika hits the afterburners, a chance, make that 2-0. Amirbek Juraboev sending that home off the hard work of Pika Minigishi to put it in a lovely place, tapping that in to an open goal. What a cushion they have. Cruise control for UCFC, and knowing them, they will go for more.
For United City FC, with player number 6, Amirbek Juraboev.
The Tajikistani international pointing to the people or some of his friends that may be in the stands. And if I'm not mistaken, yan na po ay goal number 1 for Amirbek Juraboev in this season. So ball out to the far end. And it looks like it will be a goal kick as we are clarifying signals with the referee as they are under discussion again. So our match officials, just to run them through again, we got Raymar de los Santos, Paul Galicia, and Hussein Magusara as the assistant referees. And confirmed, it is a corner kick. Yannick Tuason will send this in. It will be an outswinger. Here it goes. Looks like Sandra got to a touch to it, but Angeles wasn't able to keep it in play for them or keep the attack alive. It was a tricky opportunity, or he found himself in a tricky situation as UCFC will look to use their first substitution available in this game. Pete Porosuelo will be coming on as Cholo Bugas will be stepping off.
Substitution for United City FC. Player 19, Kurt Dizon, is replaced by player number 99, Pete Porosuelo.
And I beg your pardon, it looks like it is Kurt Dizon who stepped off and not Cholo Bugas. So Cholo was shifted from fullback to the winger position. The winger position is what Dizon vacated. Porosuelo in his usual left back position. Custodio didn't secure that. McDaniel comes in, lobs it over to Abusi. Flag stays down. Abusi cuts it in, but Robertson sent it back to the wing. But Sandra took a fall from Balot Doctora that looked like a hard one with the momentum that they had. Great sportsmanship from McDaniel, helping Ricky Sandra. Sandra again suited up for Stallion in the 2020 edition of this league. But we look back again at the previous results of these teams. We had a goalless draw between UCFC and Stallion in the last Copa, the 2020 PFL, so UCFC wins 7-1. Hartman has been controlling the pace of this game. He's been in the center for them. UCFC also defeated... Oh, I beg your pardon, but Sandra not able to control that at all. Skying it. With the crowd continuing to stay enthusiastic in this game. Looking to drive the home side on. So I beg your pardon, this is the third meeting between these teams in the history of UCFC. UCFC being established in about 2020. Belgira, Silva, Jawar and Bedia. Off to the far side with Demesa. Demesa contra Porosuelo. A little footwork but unable to keep it in. Minegishi. Hartman. Going for Bugas. But Asong off. Had to head that. He was out of his box. Stallion gets some numbers down. But Bugas holding his head in disbelief over the way he handled that. Bugas in a more natural position. Playing as a winger for them. So UCFC yet to lose a game so far in the season, but have had a draw against Cebu. Custodio got to stop that Angeles foray into the left. Juraboev. And he's momentarily hit the afterburners, trying to slither past Gabe Silva. Bugas. Sent it forward, but looks like the guys up out on the wings or offside, and the other attackers had a slight miscue. Again, just reviewing the previous results they had. Stallion UCFC had a draw back in the Copa. UCFC beating Stallion 7-1 in the Philippines Football League, but again, that was in 2020. So that 7-1 victory is more in this context of the league. But if you look at recent results, it was the Copa again. The cross in. Bugas got a touch. Daniels thought about it. The shot off for them. So Kainoa Bailey is set to check into this game. Stepping off will be Yannick Tuaso nonetheless, ending his day after 57 minutes. And this is right before play carries on.
Player number 16, Yannick Tuaso, is replaced by player number 15, Kainoa Bailey.
So in comes Kainoa Bailey. Bailey has been a regular starter for them. He was subbed off in their game. In their last game, that was a 3-0 defeat versus Kaya Iloilo. So it looks like Bailey will be used as a winger. Bailey has been deployed in different positions throughout his career playing in the Philippines. We've seen Bailey play up front also to add to the wing and to fullback. Custodio. Lingbo. Angeles going for McDaniel. It's a foot race as Pintos clears it to safety. Bugas contra Bedia. Flicks it. Sendra. Numbers closing down on him. Still keeps it in. Minegishi. Bugas was trying to flick it. Belgira finds himself in a tight space. Nobody to get a touch. Robertson gets it eventually to Lingbo. But Angeles hitting Custodio from behind while trying to play the ball. Offered his apologies. Daniels cut in, working his way to the left. Forosuelo sends it to Hartman. UCFC with at least 70% possession by estimate. Pika. Hartman again. It's been a driving force for UCFC in the midfield. Bailey's there to block the Lingbo Bogas 1-1, and it looks like a flag is up. Lingbo, the man marked offside as he came from an offside position to rejoin play. So a recap again. Kenny Daniels found the back of the net in the 11th minute to make it 1-0 as Amirbek Joraboev scored a goal of his own in the 50th minute. That was off the Pika Minegishi assist, if I recall correctly. Bailey contra Lingbo. Abusi. Bedia. Robertson. At nakalagay din po sa comments kay Zaza Cabrera, let's go Gabriel. Joraboev finds Cholo Bugas. Bugas got past Silva. Was going for another one, but Nieras well positioned to intercept that cutback. Balot. Despite the loss versus Kaya, Balot doing a great effort in his contribution to the team. But that Abusi through ball didn't work. Well, it was intended again for Abusi. Mike Cajes saying, go SLFC. Stallion po yun. At may foul po tayo dito sa gitna ng field. It appears to be Hartman shaken up. Time also. Well, UCFC leading again. May look to burn some time. Sabi ni Esperanza Armario, nice assist Pika. Mukhang si Pika nga ang paboritong player ni Esperanza. 62 minutes into this match. This one is not yet over as the lead is still within reach for Stallion Laguna to trim. But UCFC will bank on their experience to keep things in their favor. Which one will prevail? Will be the home side Stallion or UCFC? UCFC playing from left to right. Sila po ay naka-color beige. Ang Stallion naman ay naka-pink at black. Belgira at Angeles kontra Bugas at may foul in favor of UCFC. Daniels receives it from Lingbo, but Ricky Sendra to chase versus Matt Nieras. Two people to beat. Asong office line, make that 3-0. It looks good for them. What a finish by the Argentinian midfielder. And that is the pad, with a much needed goal to pad their lead. Now we will see, will the floodgates open, or will Stallion at least be able to keep the scoreline in check? Kasi mahalaga nga po ang goal difference should teams be tied on points in the standings. Goal difference po ang ating tiebreaker. Every game won will give you 3 points to add to the standings. Yung draw ay 1 point each para sa teams. 0 points kung talo po sila. The ball into the area. The touch, but kind of a Bailey is there. But it is shot denied. Angeles, Bedia, Stallion trying to keep the fire alive. Collision in the box. Look like between the heads of Abusi and Lingbo. And they're asking or pleading for play to be stopped. As Lingbo is down. So Lingbo gets up and resumes play. Immediately sending that ball for Daniels, but he slipped again due to the tricky conditions with the pitch being a bit damp, especially in the closer end. Hartman kontra McDaniel. Pika slithering his way eventually into the feet of Doctora. McDaniel sends this forward for Kainua Bailey, but ball a bit off. So far, so good for Anthony Pintos. Let's see if he'll be able to take home a clean sheet other than securing the win. As it stands, UCFC will push their tally on the table to 10 points in second place. Belgira set it to the side. Angeles contra Bugas. Ball stays with the visitors. UCFC's goal difference nonetheless goes to plus 13. Their record will be 3 wins, isang draw at wala pang talo. Pero second place pa rin ang UCFC after this result. Lingbo takes a fall going up against Kainua Bailey. Ang foul po ulit ay kay Bailey. Stallion Laguna, on the other hand, their record will go to 2 wins, 0 draws, and 3 losses. Should the score remain, their goal difference will go to -4. Bailey sends it back to Angeles. But the attack delayed, but it stays with Laguna. With the victory, should Cebu stick and seal their victory in Carmona, which with their game go on simultaneously with this one, Cebu will grab hold of solo third. But a chance, McDaniel into the box. But Forosuelo was there to meet it. Stallion Laguna getting some shades of light, but not enough consistency to constantly pile up the pressure and get their build-up going to get themselves into the game. Bailey up against Lingbo again. De Mesa to Nieras. Nieras. Ball is collected by Bedia. The ball into the area. Pinto's there, unable to collect. Bailey was going for it with what could have been a potential high boot, but Anthony Pintos' reflexes kept it for them. Kita may konting frustration kay Cholo Bugas. Di na secure ang bola dun kontra Koichi Belgira. And another chance for Stallion. Balot. Ang captain nila taga Barotac Nuevo. Bailey. Stallion getting spells, but let's see how they'll keep it with UCFC applying constant pressure from them, or McDaniel gets it, takes it. Anthony Pintos there to collect. Not a problem for him given his positioning. Robertson. Your captain again from South Africa. Hartman. Angeles with the slide. That stops the attack. So UCFC with a throw in. So that ball was over. Silva read it and knew he had Michael Asong behind him. But Nieras gives that up. But they're able to make up for it. Abusi. Bailey. To Silva. But it's given away. A sloppy pass. Minigishi looking to capitalize. Another chance. Kenny Daniels is there, but Hartman gets it off the rebound. 4-0 for the defending champions. It has been an absolute masterclass for them in this game. Confirmation once more, and Hartman picking that up, sending his personal goal tally this season to 2. And we could just feel the atmosphere dim a little bit. Stallion Laguna, the home side, finding themselves in this 4-0 hole. The defending champions and the recent Copa winners, so we could say UCFC have the double in full control of this game. It has been the slow start so far in this season that have been plaguing Stallion Laguna. Some pressure being applied now, but this may give UCFC some room up front. Abu C got that from the clearance of Silva. Bailey. Angeles. Bedia takes it from distance. Pintos there to make the denial once more. A stable game he's been having despite some loose fingers. But Pintos seemed to have everything in check nonetheless. So two players who look set to check in for United City FC in Dean Ebarle and Ivan Oano. UCFC again. Only 5 players on the bench, including 1 goalkeeper. McDaniel takes a crack at it, but clearly off for them. So it looks like the substitutes checked in for UCFC already, but here comes another Stallion attack. Angeles sa gitna, but cleared out by Kenny Daniels. But you could see he wouldn't have loved to give that corner. Bailey cuts it back to Silva. The shot taken by Angeles, but it came off. Minegishi Nieras heads that. So Bedia with space to settle that ball down in his feet and found McDaniel. She shifted out to the right. Balot. To be up to their captain nonetheless to get them back into this game and breathe some life. But time definitely not on their side. Ball into the area. Lingbo denied that. McDaniel unable to collect it. Pika. Hartman. Minegishi again. So again, the subs who just came on are Ivan Oano and Dean Ebarle. Stepping off were Matthew Custodio and Cholo Bugas. The cross by Forosuelo. Still kept in play by UCFC. Lingbo. Belgira skies it, but it's into the center. Bedia's there to clear it momentarily. Ebarle contra McDaniel. Sven McDaniel collected it. Played over the top for Abu C. But that goes out. Abu C contra Forosuelo. So off came Balot Doctora, and in came Charles Pickering. Is Koichi set to resume this? Gets it back from Kainoa Bailey. Bailey looking to use his footwork to slither through, but Sendra there was well read.
Player number 2, Miguel Vanessa, is replaced by player number 30, Charles Pickering. Player number 9, Ruben Doctora, is replaced by player number 25, Brian Ibanez.
The cross sent in. Overcooked to no man's land. So just confirmations on the subs. Migs de Mesa and Balot Doctora stepped off for Charles Pickering. The other player who stepped on was Brian Ibanez. Ibanez scoring that memorable goal for Stallion in their last home game. Scoring from the wing. Normally from where early crosses are sent. That was up against Dynamic Herb Cebu. But Stallion find themselves once more in a 4-0 hole. It's familiar territory for them, given it's been a tough stretch for games. But the last time they were down 4-0, they fought back against Dynamic Herb Cebu to fall 4-3. They came close to securing a draw. But their recent game, we can say, was on the road, falling 3-0 to Kaya. Again, they had Stallion with a great number of opportunities, but it was a matter of conversion or finishing that let them down. Bedia, Abusi, 1-1. Bedia with a shot. Make that 4-1. Stallion giving themselves some light in this match. What a sequence between two veterans of the team, Abusi and Joe Warren Bedia, giving them life.
Goal to Stallion Laguna FC, the player number 24, Joe Warren Bedia.
As the time ticks, 9 minutes before additional time, Arnie Pasinabo checks into the game while Pika Minigishi will step off.
Substitution for United CPFC. Player number 14, Hikaru Migeshi, is replaced by player number 15, Arnie Pasinado.
So all four field players in the Stallion UCFC bench have been deployed. They only have one substitution remaining and one player on the bench. June Badelik is a goalkeeper, the only guy in their bench that has been reduced. Pintos, Juraboev, Pasenabo, Ricky Sendra. So from the looks of it, or from what just went on, Stallion pulling back a goal. No clean sheet for UCFC and Anthony Pintos. The last UCFC clean sheet, from what I recall, was that win of theirs over Manjola FC and Imos Cavite. Owano gets it in the center, catching Nieras out of position in the counter. Owano looking to get through it. His footwork sends it, but I think that came of Gabe Silva. But Michael Asong wasn't able to collect it with the miscues. But Allen Angeles in the middle, looking for his options. But Joraboev there. Joraboev just an influential player in the midfield. Lingbo does well in the tricky conditions, but that pass wasn't met by a teammate. Nieras. 7 minutes remaining. Owano gets a sloppy pass. UCFC will look to capitalize once more. Ivan Owano gets it. But Pickering there to make the denial. 83rd, we are in the 83rd minute of this match again in the 2022 Philippines Football League. Brought to you by Qatar Airways. Claro Manzano on call for this one. It is Stallion Laguna 1 up against the leading UCFC in 4. And that corner, well, that pass rather was already picked up by Asong, who was behind and out of bounds. So it will be a corner for UCFC. That may be about 4 corner kicks for them already in this game. Taken short. Hartman, Abusi. Abusi, their midfielder, but has come down to join the defending effort. Abusi puts Ibanez through. Ibanez, some defenders to beat. Finds McDaniel. But it's into the hands of Anthony Pintos. UCFC, their defenders tracking back just in time to be able to deny Stallions' search for goal number 2. As the time continues to tick, and the high pressure by the home side. Sendra in the center. Options left and right. Gives it up to Joraboy. Asong off his line to make the denial. And this game has just opened up, with Stallion looking to pick up more goals off the open space. UCFC, with their technical advantage, have been trying to do the same. They've still been as dangerous as ever. And Pasinabo wasn't able to keep that in play. And possession goes back to the home side. Angeles gets decked, while play continues. Hartman. Lingbo. Forasuelo. He's moved to the center back position, given that they subbed Matthew Custodio. So paki-comment na lang po kung nasa Stallion or UCFC po kayo, ang inyong favorite team sa itong laban. Kinchiro Daniels receives that ball from the center. Takes a fall. No whistle by the referee. McDaniel gets that from Silva. Ibanez. Will he inject some life into them like he has done before? Ibanez contra Forasuelo. Sends it and looks like that is an own goal of J.J. Robertson. That came off the skipper. So it is goal number 2. Stallion looking to stage another comeback in Binyan.
Own goal, the United City FC.
And 4-2 it is. Stallion find themselves once more in a 4-0 hole, but fought to keep the light on, picking up 2 goals behind Joe Arembedia and an own goal forced by Ibanez. But time not on their side clearly. They've at least spoiled the clean sheet of the visitors. Koichi Belgira wins that with the fans continuing to drive them on. Abusi gets it. Robertson, but sent it to Bailey Angeles. Ibanez again. Will he be the driving force for them? They're looking to rattle Lingbo into the hands of Pintos as he sent that low. So, konting recap lang po sa ating goals. Lamang yung UCFC nung halftime. Lamang 1-0 yung UCFC nung halftime. They picked up goals by Joraboev, Ricky Sendra, and Mark Hartman to make it 4-0. Stallion again getting themselves chugging late on in the match. Down 4-0, but they picked up a goal behind Joarim Bedia and forced an own goal from JJ Robertson. It's 4-2, but time not on their side. We'll need to find out how much more additional time we will be having in this match. Forosuelo, Pintos, Robertson, Sendra, Joraboev dropping down to give some efforts in the midfield. Lingo from Forosuelo. And what a battle we are having between these two players. So confirmation, we will be having 4 minutes of additional time as the shot taken far from goal. So once more, referee Mick John Pinedo, or fourth official, Mick John Pinedo confirmed 4 minutes additional time. It will be 2 goals from Stallion to catch up in this match, but with 4 minutes, it will take an absolute miracle. But again, they've injected some life into this game. But as it looks, it may be too little, too late. Owano just keeps it in, but Bedia poked it away.
Additional time, 4 minutes.
Kita rin natin Raymart Cobon watching. Cobon also a pro player dito po sa Philippines Football League noon. Bedia. Pickering, one of their youthful players, also played in Thailand where he was pursuing his studies for some time. That definitely fast-tracked his learning curve in pursuit of becoming a pro player. As Joraboev plays this long. Flag stays down. Ivan Owano contra Silva. Nieras there to back him up. Owano keeps it in. What an effort. Takes it into the bottom corner. That was well read. Owano had his options or angles limited coming down the left. So 2 minutes into additional time. Bailey going up against Lingbo. Stallion still keeping the attack, but time again not on their side. It's with Abusi, the turn, but that is wide of the left post. From our angle, we saw that it was clearly off. And with the matches that we have up next for UCFC, it is tentative that they will be going up against Kaya Iloilo on September 17. Stallion Laguna, on the other hand, will be going up against Mindiola tentatively on October 2. But do stay tuned again to the Philippines Football League's social media pages for more updates on what's next. Follow the Philippines Football League again on Facebook, also on Instagram and TikTok, and Twitter at WeArePFL. Pickering. Pickering looks like he is playing as a fullback. Stallion may have shifted to a back three. And Lingbo desperately heads that into the hands of Anthony Pintos. And that does it. The full-time whistle, 4-2 for the defending champions, UCFC. Carry on picking up 3 points. They solidified themselves as of press time as second place in the Philippines Football League again. Stallion Laguna, too little, too late. That is the final score. Kenshiro Daniels again, making it 1-0 in the 11th minute. UCFC were looking very dangerous in this game. The ball going in front of the goal mouth dangerously. It may have been on the goal line before they hit the woodwork twice. This was all early in the first half. And coming out of the halftime break with that 1-0 lead, Amirbek Joraboev, the Tajikistani international, just joined the party, making it 2-0 as Ricky Sendra and Mark Hartman made it 4. But Stallion, just like their previous home game, tried to keep the fire burning in them in this match. They picked up a goal behind Joe Warembedia in the 81st minute and forced an own goal from J.J. Robertson in the 88th behind the efforts of Brian Ibanez. But unfortunate, they weren't able to pull it off. It would have taken a miracle, but they gave some life into their fans. But at the moment, that does it. This has been the Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways, and you are catching this again on the social media pages of the PFL. Caramanzano on call again for this match. See you, have a good evening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, everybody.